So consistency there from coach Rob Vincent. 3-4-3. Watch out for the wingbacks Biasi and Etu, both going up at the same time. Back in goals, John Bernard drops to the bench. And then a tactical change. Beverly Makangila coming into more of a defensive midfield position.
Right. Hartford in their white from right to left. Eligio Aragin is the referee in green. A train rolling by on the tracks just beyond the far side of the field as we get things rolling now in the USL Championship Playoffs. Glad to have you with us this evening on ESPN Plus with Gary Bailey. I'm Joe Malfa. All starts here today in the Terminix USL Playoffs. A couple more matches coming your way tomorrow. All culminating in the final on November the 22nd. Will one of these two teams hop on that magic carpet and make a ride to the final? Everybody in the East looking at the likes of Louisville and Charleston. Can one of these sides play spoiler? When it's all said and done on the volley here, right to Dick. Opening minute shot on target for Hartford. They will want to push the tempo in this game, whereas Pittsburgh will want to slow things down. And there's your first look, being direct in nature.
That's a good start from Hartford to get that shot on target. Not too difficult for Eric Dick to deal with, but to your point, I'm just curious to see how much Hartford do go forward. They do want to win that battle in midfield. They do want to stay tight on Augie Williams, so it's a balancing act from both sides as to how much you throw forward and how much you keep in defense.
Here's Michi and Galina dropping it back. Another early shot saved by Dick. Rebound is in! The offside flag comes up. But 90 seconds into this game, a massive warning shot from Hartford to Pittsburgh.
Well, we picked up Michi Galina as being a player who could impact this game hugely, and that's exactly what he does.
Robbie Mertz, good service, the header, saved by Siaha. In the call.
It's a lovely ball in as well from Robbie Mertz. Headed down, goalkeeper does well to go across and also just push it away from Danny Griffin because Danny's just waiting for it 2 yards out.
It's out for a throw. They like that long throw, Pittsburgh, but will they get a chance to take it? No, they will not. The first half ends scoreless here between Pittsburgh and Hartford.
Yeah, very, very tight game. First 10 minutes, impressed with Hartford. They had a couple of little half chances, and slowly the Riverhounds have begun to dominate possession and space. And
there's still a long way to go in that game, and we know the season Louisville City has had, so we'll see if Detroit City can hang on for the better part of an hour. Etu, end line, in front, deflected, save by Siaha. That came off of one of his own defenders, but he was alert to it.
Junior Etu looking very sharp on that left-hand side, got a ball into a dangerous area. As you say, just came off a defender. So in the end, it just loops up for Siaha together.
Augie Williams starting his run, calling for it. Fed instead to Etu. Good step by Sample. The name of the game right now for Hartford is just get it into space, and then whatever happens, happens. Worst case, you're just getting it away from your goal. Best case, somebody like this does something like this. Michi and Galina now taking it toward goal. Samadia, option streaking in the box, floated in, the header. There's no trouble for Eric Dick. First time he's touched the ball in this second half, Eric Dick. That's probably going to go down as his first save since the opening 2 minutes. There's the one to end regulation. Scoreless at the end of regulation between Pittsburgh and Hartford. We need 30 more minutes to decide this.
Or maybe even more than 30 minutes. Maybe it does go to penalties, but it hasn't been much from Hartford going forward. Just 2 touches in the opposition box to 16 from Pittsburgh. So Pittsburgh certainly, for me, have been the more adventurous at home, but Hartford done a great defending job. They've got 30 more minutes.
Jacquesson before extra time, so both sides will have 2 changes remaining. Getting the additional sub into extra time, and away we go in extra time. Pittsburgh and Hartford, a spot in next week's conference semifinal on the line. Attacking the end of the field where the Steel Army waits in anticipation in this first half of extra time. Mertz drops it in, loose in front, almost off of Belus and in. That's sometimes what it takes in these games. A bit of luck or bad luck, depending on which side of the fence you're on. Final whistle just went. Detroit City wins it 1-0 in Louisville as our whistle goes here to end the first half of extra time. Glad to have had you with us the whole way here tonight. Alongside Manchester United great Gary Bailey, I'm Joe Malfa, and to the final 15 we go. Anderson. Got the flick on, but it was right off of Griffin. 2 minutes come and gone. There's the whistle. We've seemed destined for penalties for a while. The destiny's fulfilled. Finishing 0-0 after 120, Gary.
Good effort by Hartford to defend. Pittsburgh, they were more the protagonists. They created the opportunities. They'll feel a little bit annoyed to be going to penalties. Hartford, great defense all round.
Against Eric Dick. Antony Siaha is not even watching on the top of your screen. Barry, saved by Dick!
Good save from the goalkeeper. Not the best penalty, especially for someone who you've brought on specifically to be a penalty taker. In fact, he had to use his foot. It didn't even go much away from the middle of the goal. Perhaps he was trying to go down the middle and didn't get it right.
Siaha starting at the extreme right of his goal, now rotating in the middle. Against Jacquesson. Bertin Jacquesson scores, freezing Siaha after one round. Pittsburgh up by 1.
Now the pressure heaps on whoever comes up next for Hartford, because you can't afford to miss. He's not quite sure. Maybe he had already decided he was going to go one way. You can see the frustration on his face.
Collision with Eric Dick, who he now faces in the shootout. Joe Farrell just sneaks it in. Oh, Dick got a piece of it, but couldn't keep it out.
Oh, Eric Dick is so frustrated. He read it right. He does get the touch. Have a look there, and he tips it onto the post. A little bit more, and he would have hit the post and come out there and hit the post.
Has to score, and he skies it. Covering his head in his jersey, Samuel Careaga. Now Pittsburgh on the brink.
That's a bad penalty. He's really gone for that top.
Sean Suber, nerves of steel, and Pittsburgh are through to the conference semifinal.
Look at the celebrations, brilliant. Wow, overall they probably deserve it. They've created more chances, they've come closer. It's been a great defensive performance by Hartford, but they didn't offer anything going forward, and ultimately they've paid the price.